is a lesson. He got a new engine, from pain that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. Now leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep, move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way. What I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep, move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess. What's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine, from pain that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. Now leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep, move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5.
What
No
up,
main boss.
nine?
Just my life and free thoughts.
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are?
I'm the word. Boy, about I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, Nine?
What up, though? That's the word. You see the title we about to get into. But before we get into that, let me holla at Dee Dee in the chat. Dee Dee in the chat. What up, though, Dee Dee? What it do with the business is, nah. Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Hey, man. Alicia, what it do with the business is. Shout out to Alicia. Hey, man. Let's bring your own topic. The link is on the community wall. If you can't get the one, I can't. Um, if y'all don't want to talk about nothing, I want to talk about something, right? Yesterday, I didn't even catch it yesterday, right? I did not catch it. The versus battle, I caught it this morning, and I was kind of ticked off because shout out to my boy Mob. Mob did a coverage on it. I didn't catch it, but that was fire, bro. That was fire, man. That made me. That put me back when I was a youngin, right? Listening to that, we about it. The fast money and no limit verses. That was dope, man. I appreciated that, and yeah, Master P still got it, bro. Me and X did her thing, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Juvenile did his thing on the Cash Money side, but that was kind of, I mean, Manny Fresh was Manny Fresh, but that was dope, man. I think that was, us older people, you know, uh, yeah, and the younger people, they kind of see what, uh, I don't know what the hell sick. I don't think they should have let Silk the Shocker perform. I'm sorry. I just never understood what the hell he was saying or doing. So I was confused again, and it took me back to like childhood trauma watching him perform. Uh, but yeah, that was dope. My brother Gary busted down Brown. What it do with the businesses, man? Shout out to Gary. I was just over on Sports Cat. I don't know why this dude let me up on the panel, man. Especially like when I'm not in this space. When I'm in this space, I'm kind of controlled. But when I'm over there, Gary said, "Man, be you." So I act up a little bit over there. So and he tolerated me. So that's my brother, man. I love him. I'm like that little annoying little brother that always get you in trouble. That's who I am with Gary. I'm always get him in trouble, but I do it out of fun. Shout out to my boy Gary. KY in the building. What it do with the business is now? What it do with the business is it is to bring your own topic. Y'all want to come up and talk about anything and everything, please feel free. But if you don't, just enjoy me talking about what I want to talk about. And what I want to talk about is the verses last night. It was missing Wayne, right? Cash Money would have shut it down if Wayne would have performed. They didn't even play Wayne parts until like they played a Millie at the end, and then they didn't play Turk parts. Like some of them songs, Turk lit it up. We lit the song up, bro. But Juvenile did his thing, man. I mean, I think they was like, look, we got Juvie, he can hold it down. Juvie can hold it down, and he did. But when they got to that Mr. Ice Cream, man, when they got to that, like towards the end of it, I mean, No Limit shut it down, bro. No Limit shut it down, bro. That's my opinion. Who won? I think we won. I think we won. Um, definitely Miss Wayne. It wouldn't have been no contest if Wayne was there. It wouldn't even have been fair, in my opinion. But it is what it is. He wasn't there. So, but we did enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Took me back to them old days. Took me back to them old days. Reminiscing when I was ignorant. I say ignorance is bliss until you pay for it, right? I ain't had to pay for it then, so I was just in bliss with my ignorance, right? Having fun, just doing dumb stuff, right? Enjoying life, man. At least I did it when I was younger. I ain't be doing dumb stuff when I'm older. So I look at it like that. Got it out my system, right? Got it out my system. So now I'm a highly functional adult, right? But I can still reminisce on my stupid days, you know. But yeah, so that was fire. Lisa J in the building. What it do with the business is, man. Hey man, Lisa J had a fire live earlier. If y'all into finances, understanding the stock and investments, definitely go check her out, man. And she had a good conversation today, and it made me think, what I do different financially with the information and knowledge that I have now. What would I do with that when I was younger? How far, more along I'll be now. I would be now, um, if I did have that. And when you think about that, then you think like, okay, I do different, I do better. So let's make sure the youth do better because I got it, I can give it. They can have it at an earlier age. That's what I took from the conversation, right? A lot of stuff she wished she did. I'm pretty sure she got her child in line to, get it done. So that's dope. But we have to even implement that or even think about it. What we got to do? Got to ask ourselves that question. Shout out to Lisa J. I thought about the most important question last night you can ask is why. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Lisa J, man. I love stuff like I love good content that you know. I talk about personal development. I know I'll be having wild conversations sometimes, but even that, I be leaving jewels, dropping some sauce in those. But anything that makes you a better person, man, I'm interested in. That's what I focus on, or what I look for. How can I be a better version of myself today than I am yesterday? And it's different fields, and finance is definitely one. We talk about maturity levels, and financial maturity was one. Are you financially developed? Most people aren't, but that don't mean you can't be. You just got to put, if you look, I'm a firm believer in life, right? You ain't got to know everything. You just got to put yourself around the people who know the things you don't. It ain't everything ain't for you to know, but you ain't got to be ignorant. Just put people around you who do know, and you offer your abilities to them. They offer their abilities to you. That's how you network, right? So I'm a firm believer in that. So when I meet people like Lisa J, 755, with the art is philosophy to me. I love art. Is a meaning to every stroke. And if you see the work, you see what they manifested from within. You see it on the canvas, bro. So I love art, so even an intellect is one of the ways we gauge intellect is through art. So shout out 755. I think that's personal development. A great way to transmute energy, right? It's a great way. Art, if you're a singer, dancer, or artiste, a painter, sculptor, writer, all a great way to transmute energy, right? You listen to music, right? What I mean, people made heartbreaking love songs, but that song was able to allow them to express how they emotionally felt, and that's the way they transmuted their energy. That's the way they healed from what they was going through was writing a song. Same thing with painting. I know people who, throw shit at the wall like paint and shit, and it come out as art. They did that shit because they was mad. Like, that's some bad shit you did. Being mad, like that's dope. I got one art friend. I've been trying to get her on here for like 2 years, man. She dope. She is real dope with the art. Real dope. I've been trying to get on her for 2 years, man. She a busy girl. She be painting murals in the city of Detroit on the side of buildings. Like the city hired her to do that. So she was on that, what is that, the HQ channel, or the home decor channel, that whatever that channel was. She was on there a couple times. I think twice, once or twice. She was on there. So she be doing her thing. Black excellence at its finest. I love that shit, bro. She come from humble beginnings too. She a bad motherfucker, humble than a motherfucker, but badass artist, man. My screen always go black when I go vertical. I want more, and that's what I'm saying, Leaks. Like that. That's why, like it's hard. It's like I don't like. I don't consider myself socially awkward. I figure myself socially bougie. I'm socially bougie because I don't want to be around everybody. I want to be around people who either know just as much as me or more than me. That's the type of people I want to be around. And there's so many like different things. Like people be like, "Oh, you smart. You know a lot." I don't know every fucking thing. I don't, and I want to be around the people who know the shit that I don't. That's how I am. No matter what the subject is, as long as it's beneficial and like a tool that I can utilize to become better. But I'm consistently think about learning. That's a constant. I look for things to learn. This normal every day. That's why I'm so observant because I know, like even when you talk about like oncology, right? I more or less practice empiricism, meaning I learn from experience and things. So like I'm constantly looking for something new, even like walking up and down the street. Is it a new fucking plant or new tree I never seen? I look for stuff like that. So like I'm yeah, I'm just built a little different. I'm built a little different. That's why like I that's one benefit about the internet because there's very few people who's usually in my direct environment, meaning neighborhood, because like working in a hospital, I met a lot of people like what I'm saying. You meet a lot of intellectual people who diverse and talking about many different things. So you meet people like that. You meet people who know shit that you don't know. Um, but like in everyday environment, I don't have that many people around me like that. But you know, involving myself in different things. Like even like I met a lot of cool people doing like Focus Hope. Like we did Focus Hope every year around Thanksgiving and Christmas. I met so many interesting people doing that. You know, I do this book drive thing where I had a ton of books, and some of them I wasn't. I had them and it was given to me, wasn't go read. So they do book drives, so you can go donate books. But when you do that, you're around people, then it's books. So it's like you see something, you go ask. So I met a lot of cool people doing those book drives. You know, like social events and stuff. I do nerdy shit though. Riders, what up, though? What up, though, Riders? I do nerdy shit, bro. I stay out the way, man. I stay out the way. I don't see how you meet interesting people in clubs and bars. Like maybe a bar, you know. You meet interesting people in bars, but like clubs, you ain't. Yeah. When I was younger, you know. But yeah, I agree with that. I like doing fun shit though. So I like doing uh, but this internet thing cool because I mean you can meet some cool people. Just going around. This is one. I was about to hit his link, but uh, I don't know. The conversation went somewhere else, and I'm like, I'm straight. But it's one dude on here. I'm probably go. Introduce myself. I've been watching him for a couple months. I think Karen suggested him. Yeah, I think Karen suggested him. So I've been like kind of watching. That's how I'm weird, bro. Before I start talking to people, I gotta kind of get a feel for 'em. Just because somebody suggests somebody don't mean I want to talk to 'em. But he a cool dude. He a cool dude. He pretty level. Not eccentric or nothing. Riders, what it do, sir? What the business is, man. What the business is. But yeah, we can talk about anything and everything. There's been a couple interesting things happening. Government still shut down. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. Trump breaking records. I was the first president to shut the government down. He said, some records you don't want to break. I don't know. I ain't into politics like that. I don't really care. All that shit gang banging to me. Just a more sophisticated way to gang bang. But this is my question though. Like, let me ask y'all a question. Like, how do y'all identify yourself? Do you use one of the social constructs to identify yourself, as far as like race, religion? Um, how do you identify nationalism? Do you use like those social constructs, or is it more like a culture based? How do you identify yourself, and why? Why do you identify yourself like that? Is it because that's what you was told? Is it because it feels good to identify with that particular group? I'd be interested in. how people identify themselves or why. Like, why do you identify yourself like that? I know this is like over here. You know the unique thing about people who come chill over here. This ain't an echo chamber, so people are like really allowed to express themselves without judgment. Kind of like Planet Fitness, right? Judgment free zone. That's the unique thing about over here. You ain't got to be involved in no particular group to actually have good dialogue over here. You ain't got to be a Christian, you ain't got to be black, you ain't got to be American, you ain't got to be whatever, social concept. You can come from anywhere and have good conversation over here as long as you're respectful, right? As long as people are respectful, I'd be cool. But when you get disrespectful, then um, you ain't following the decorum. So, uh, but other than that, man, I don't really care about what people. I don't know, man. Like, that's another question. I was gonna do the show on that. I am unique. I'll be whatever I am. I was gonna do the show on that. Like, what makes you care about things? Because I be listening to people, and it's like people be wanting other people to identify with them so fucking bad, bro. They be going to the extremes to get people to identify with them, like shaming people. Oh, you ought to. People be trying to convert people into their belief. Like, what makes you care about like other people's opinions so much, other people's way of life? Like, what makes people? I don't know. I'm asking because I don't. I don't give a flying fuck. So, like, I don't know why people. It don't make sense to me. It doesn't make logical sense. But I guess, as far as an emotional, but then we talking about mental illness. Honestly, delusion, right? Uh, most people want to fit into groups because they have abandonment issues. We talk literally talk about mental illness. If I talk about it but logically, it don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. I am human. I feel that. I feel that. So many people have like they have a problem when they be like, well, what are you? I'm a divine being having a human experience. That's how I identify. Well, I don't care if nobody else recognizes me, bro. When I participate in the social system, that I'm black, African American, I don't really, whatever you want to, okay, that's cool. That make you feel good. If that makes you comfortable, then fine. So be it. I don't care. But when you ask me what I am or how I identify, you ain't gonna find it in the book or on no paper. You're not. And people can't accept that because it makes them uncomfortable. What makes you better than me? I didn't say it, you did. So that's something you got to deal with. I don't care if I'm better than you. People can't take that when you're not like them and shit. Because what people don't understand makes them uncomfortable. They don't see the opportunity in it, right? It just makes them uncomfortable. They don't see the opportunity of learning something new, seeing something different. They don't see that. They just see it's different. I'm afraid most time people want to destroy shit that they don't understand or is different from them. I mean, you can see that shit throughout history. When shit different or they don't understand it, they want to get rid of it. They want to get rid of it. That's how it normally works. So like, what makes y'all care about this? I gotta have some type of interest or investment into it for me to care about it. My wife be like, man, you be so nonchalant. I be like, that's why I don't be stressed and depressed and have anxiety and all that bullshit. 'Cause y'all be caring about shit that y'all can't do nothing about, man. Like that shit stressful as hell. I think about that, bro. You upset at something that you have no control over. You have no control over it. No matter what you do, say, sacrifice, nothing is gonna change. So why even care about that shit, man? Because all it do is gonna lead stress. You can be anxious, have anxiety. I mean that's what it leads to. And then the longer you ruminate on it, that shit becomes bitterness, bro. That's why you be having a bitter back people walking around, bro. You'll be bitter as hell, mad at the world because they can't change it. Like, oh shit. I can live like that, bro. I cannot live like that. I can't live like that, but a lot of people do, bro. And then they get so mad they be taking it out on people they don't even know. That's why we get all this conflict. Instead of fixing themselves, they think other people broke, so they go fix you, even though they the how that work. I was talking to I was doing this Zoom with this one of my psychology friends, right? And we were talking about how we were talking about control, right? And I was telling them like the more you control self, the less control you desire outside yourself, meaning trying to control other people, right? And I was telling them because when you control other people, you actually lose control of yourself. So once you gain control of self, you realize like I like this space. I like where I'm at. And I know I'm gonna give it up if I start trying to control people outside myself. You go give up that internal control because now you focus on the external control, trying to control someone else. And what happens? You be in fully control of your emotions when you worried about you, but when you start worrying about other people, that's when you get emotionally triggered because you can't fully control what they do unless you physically doing it. Other than that, so when they fuck up or do something against what you get upset and mad, and now your emotions are controlled by external force, so you no longer have control. So the more you try to control others, the less control you have, or the less control you maintain yourself. And he was like, "Shut up!" Like I'm just saying, bro. Like I'm just saying. I'm literally just saying. That's what happened. And you can look at and observe people throughout history who tried to control, and they end up lose. Like look at you look at the dude with the funny mustache. First last name started with an A. The more he tried to control, like the people with the small hat, the less control he had himself, bro. He started doing crazy things. Couldn't even tell you why he started doing things because he was trying to maintain control of things outside himself, a situation, then he lost himself. That's how most people lose themselves trying to control shit outside themselves. That's why Buddhists go up in the mountain and get away from all y'all crazy ass people. Bro. They know y'all fucking crazy. And they go up there to focus on self, bro. That's why I believe in self development. It ain't gonna work for everybody, but for the people who work for, that's why I talk about what I do. That's how you fix the world. You fix the individuals in it. Because the world ain't bad. It's just y'all people in it. And I say y'all because I ain't one of y'all. Y'all wild as hell, bro. These people, man. I was just listening to this dude break down like different concepts, and he was breaking down like Christian nationalism. I ain't never really got into it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really know what the hell a Christian nationalist is. I guess it's somebody who invokes Christianity into politics. I guess who mixed it to merge the two. I don't know, but that shit don't mix, bro. That shit don't mix. But people try to make it work. But shit, I look when I think about that, like the way they was explaining it, I start thinking about the Crusades and shit, the Knights Templars. How they was going around slaughtering people. That's what that shit sound like. We gonna kill you in the name of Jesus. Like, how that make sense, bro? How that make sense? We gonna kill you in the name of Jesus. Like, oh my God, bro. It's an oxymoron, right? Jesus wasn't talking about killing, bro. He's talking about healing. Y'all doing the opposite, bro. Y'all tripping. That's how that works. That's how that works. But yeah, how y'all identify y'all? So I know y'all listen. Or if y'all ain't listening, you can still participate in the conversation. The link is on the community wall. If you can't hit the one that's pinned, feel free to hit the link. It's an open topic. Bring your own topic. We can talk about anything and everything. But if y'all don't come, then I'm gonna talk about what I want to. That's what we're doing right now. We're in that mode. We're in that mode, bro. But yeah, I don't know. People interest me. People are interesting. It's just learning. You know, it make I don't want to share that aspect of it, but it's just I don't know. I always been interested in psychology. Just always been interested in why people do things. Because you see two different people, right, do the same thing, but they do it for different reasons, right? So I noticed that when I was younger, like, damn, people do the same thing for different reasons. And after that, I always just been interested in like why people do things, you know, like why people do it. And the more I learned why, the more I understood how fucked up people was. Like, man, people weird, bro. People are weird, man. But then when they start breaking down like the different personality types or psychological disorders, like, man, I don't care what nobody says. Everybody got some type of psychological shit going on. If you born into this world, you guaranteed to be mentally fucked. You guarantee that. Guaranteed that. Something will happen to you or around you that's gonna screw you up. That's what's just gonna happen, bro. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. But uh that's the beautiful thing about it too, because how people persevere through things. It just shows the resilience. You know, resilience is to me is a gift of God. It's a gift that God gave that we have to nurture and build. You know, just like self esteem and confidence. All those are gifts too. Everybody don't got it or know how to use it. But resilience, bro. That's one of the most beautiful things I see in people. If a person is resilient, that shit hit. It make them look like they got an aura on them. 'Cause no matter what they go through, they gonna find a way to get through it. And everybody ain't like that, man. Everybody ain't like that. So be the people who embody that trait is beautiful, man. Because that's something you need to life, bro. Life ain't meant to be easy. It's not. What's the purpose of it then? I don't see the purpose of life if it was easy. Well, I ain't gonna say of life. If life was easy, there would be no purpose of heaven, right? if life, if life, this would be heaven, right? Life would be heaven if it was easy. If everything was perfect like a utopia, this will be heaven. So there will be no purpose of heaven. So if you believe in heaven, then you got to believe there's a purpose for the things we go through in life. That's just the argument I just made. I ain't see if it was solid or not. It just sound good. But does that make sense? Is that a good? I'm tripping, G. I'm tripping. But is that a good argument though? If there's, if life was easy, meaning we had no suffering, no pain, no fighting, all the stuff we don't like now. We ain't have none of that. Would this not be heaven? So there would there be a purpose of heaven? I don't know. I don't know. That makes sense. I'm just here to make you think, bro. I'm just trying to make y'all think, bro. What y'all think about that? I don't know. I'm thinking where Athens at? I think that's the question I should ask Athens. Athens is psychologically break or philosophically break that down. Yeah, I just yeah, I fuck with. I guess if you think about like ontology, I deal with realism too. I look at what exists in reality, what can we observe, and what we can observe is positive and negative. There's positive things that occur negative, but it just seems is more likely people focus on negative things than positive things. That I mean, I understand why. Uh, because the emotion of the negative things it are heavier because they're unwanted. If it's something, so things don't seem heavy if you actually want it, but if you don't want it, things can be heavier. So I understand why people focus, but whatever you focus on is what your attention is on. That's what you bring into your reality. So uh, if you consistently focusing on the negative aspects that life has to offer, then that's what you bring into your reality. If that's what your attention is focused on. But just knowing that they dare prepare to not eliminate but alleviate the pressure that comes with it, then you can more or less focus and enjoy the positive things in life. That's just how I go about life, bro. Like I know negative things exist. I'm not naive. I'm not stupid. I'm just prepared for the shit. If most shit happens, there's not a lot of things I don't feel like I'm prepared for. So it don't bother me. I'm not afraid of the shit. If it comes, then I got an action plan. Like I'm like Batman with his contingency plans, bro. That's how you gotta be. You gotta be ready for life, bro. And the more you're ready, the more you can enjoy it. And when the bad shit comes, you knock it out the park, get it out of there. Go over, under it, or weather it, whatever you do. But they shall pass too. And then you get back to the good shit. That's how I do. And you just get back to the good shit. But consistently focusing on the bad shit, yeah. More perspective. You can't appreciate the good if you ain't had the bad. That's how I feel, so that's how I feel. I mean, that's what what I told people. This is what I tell people. I embrace the darkness that life has to offer, so I can appreciate the light. That's how I look at life. I don't like when they talk about, oh, you got demons inside. I'm at peace with my demons. I might need them motherfuckers one day, right? Somebody might be tripping, and it might be another demon. I ain't about to send no angel to fight no demon. No, I'm gonna send a demon to fight a demon. So I make peace with mine. I'm cool with me. The good side and the bad side is all part of me. That's what it is. So I mean, I learned to embrace the dark so I can appreciate the light. Yeah, I mean, it's good and bad. That's just aspects of life, bro. That shit don't feel. It don't feel good. It don't feel good, but I think it's necessary. Like Mo said, it makes you appreciate the good even more if you've been through the bad, because you know what the bad has to offer. You know what that is. It's the people who never had. Hey Mo, check this out, right? It's the people who never experienced the bad shit early in life, and then they get later in life and start going through it and don't know what to do. Then they go on big buildings and jump and shit without parachute. That's what them people do, bro. So I appreciate I went through all that crazy shit when I was young. 'Cause now that I'm older, it's like I know what peace is now because I done been in hell, so I know what heaven is. I done been in hell. I done danced with the devil, so I know what that is, right? And now I have knowledge to avoid that bullshit. That's why I don't even like. I be straight. I be straight. I don't deal with everything and everybody. I don't. You call me bougie or whatever. I'm good. When I see people are ignorant by choice, that's the best way I can say. Ignorant by choice, then I'm straight. I'm straight. Ignorant by choice. Yeah, logical. Hey, she got her first YouTube tech. Y'all make sure y'all go over and support sis, man. Hey G, drop her link in the chat, man. Make sure y'all go over and support sis, man. Get some of them super chats over there. Get her some views. We get paid different type of ways, man. If you ain't got the money, you can watch. If you ain't got the money, use the time, bro. That can help her too. You know what I'm saying? It's just us lead, bro. We just got us, man. We got to support one another. It ain't got to always be with money. It can be with time, bro. You know, it could be with a share, a like, all that stuff. Get it in the algorithm, bro. Get other people watching. You know, your like can inspire somebody else to watch. So go over there and support sis, man. I'm waiting for her to go live so I can go over there and fuck with her in the chat. That's what I'm waiting for. I got the notification bell on. I just hope I see it when it go off. I don't be seeing a lot of things nowadays, y'all. Don't blame my heart, blame my eyes, 'cause they ain't working. But yeah, I'm gonna catch it. I know I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch it. But yeah, man. Yeah, I just be wondering, bro. I just be wondering. Yeah, when I see people do stuff, it's not even from a. I don't really. I don't. Look, as long as it's not detrimental or harmful to people, I don't care what people think or what people do. Right? I really don't. I'd be more interested in why, and that's the best. The best way I can explain that is I. I just I seek solutions, right? And the only way you can actually come up with a solution to something if you have a comprehensive understanding of it. That's the only way, right? You can't understand and fix it. You're not gonna be able to do it. Understanding is more of an operational mode, how to work things. Like if you understand how a TV works, that's why you watch it. But if you comprehended how a TV works, if the motherfucker broke, you can fix it. That's the comprehension and understanding dichotomy, right? Like it's the philosophy and comedic understanding, comedic philosophy, right? It's called understanding, understanding, overstanding, right? Three levels of thinking. This is in the Kemetic philosophy. They got other different variations and different philosophies, but you know, I like the Kemetic understanding because the understanding, which most people do, you under the information, understanding your internal with the information, overstanding your above, meaning not only can you operate, but you can manipulate. Understanding is just the operational aspect. Understanding is just awareness. And that's where most people stop at is understanding things. And they literally under the information. Like I like that concept because it can be observed. It can be observed. And a lot of times people are just on that understanding level where they're aware of things, right? And only being aware of things you only get practical use out of it. Meaning like use what you can use it for what you're told it's for. When you have an understanding, that's more like I can begin to utilize things. But when you have an overstanding, that means not, I don't want to use the term manipulate, but you can diversify it. You can normally use it for, uh, you can adapt the concepts, you know, or even add to or subtract from it. Right? You more like the teacher, or you more like the teacher of the information. So, uh, that's why I think, you know, I encourage people to get to that comprehensive level of information. You know, comprehend it. And to do that, you got to put it in practical use. You got to practice it, man. And because if you just keep reading shit, bro, all you know is what that's somebody's perspective. Any way you want to look at it, anything you're read or told is someone else's perspective, right? Maybe you got something that they don't. Like this is what I'm saying. Like people, like I can see, like when people just regurgitate shit, I know they lack confidence in self. They lack confidence in self. When people solely identify with they lack confidence in self, right? They ain't bold enough to identify themselves. They ain't bold enough to think for themselves. They're not because anything you read or told is someone else's perspective. That's it. So if you don't make it practical, like you may learn a nuance to it, or you may have something else that you adapted to it and got a better use out of it than they do. But people don't have the confidence in themselves to do that. So they just wait for somebody else to tell. I was talking to somebody out here and we was talking about like I think we was talking about like Christianity or we was talking about something like that. And he was like, well, I go with what they say because they're more smarter than me. And I'm like, bruh, these motherfuckers been dead and gone for thousands of years. Like, we think different and we understand things differently. Like, them motherfuckers was believing this crazy shit. And like that bunk. And y'all still following what they like y'all crazy as hell, but I'm straight. I'm straight, man. I can't let nobody think for me, bro. I can't do it. People crazy as hell, man. I ain't let no crazy ass person think for me. No, no, no. No, no, no. I know people doing life behind bars because they letting other people think for them. I'm good. I'm good, bro. If I go down, I'm going down with my thoughts, man. That's why I don't create no fucking echo chamber over shit. You do not have to agree with me to get along with me. You do not have to agree. You can go against everything I believe in, and we can be cool. We can be cool, bro. I love fucking free thinkers, people who can think for themselves. I mean, if there's some shit we all observe and we can agree upon, that's one thing. But I don't like people who agree with every fucking thing I say because I said it. I can't stand people like that. I can't be around people like that. I can't do that. Oh, because word said it is true. Nah, motherfucker, go look it up for your goddamn. I don't know, bro. I don't like lackeys, bro. Because I done had people like, man, I had people try to mimic me and wanted to replace me. Like they wanted to be me. Like that shit weird, bro. I done dealt with a lot of weird ass people, bro. A lot of weird people in real life. I done dealt with. I had people who wanted to replace me. I had people who wanted. I don't know what the fuck they wanted. Like, bro, they just want to be your best friend. Like, why can't we just be cool? Why you have to be my best friend? Like, you got some type of secret agenda, bro. Like, where you just have to be my friend. Have to be. Like, I'm gonna be your best friend. I don't want nobody else to be your friend. I had people like that around me, bro. I'm looking, like, nah, bro, that shit weird. That shit fucking weird. I don't know. I don't know, man. I was like one of them kids that was popular and didn't want to be popular. I was popular because I could do shit, right? I was good at sport. I used to. I was built like a grown man when I was a teenager. So shit like that. People like my family. Hustling and shit. It was things like that. I was popular. I wasn't popular because of people liked me. People liked what I could do or what I did. And I knew that at a young age, man. I used to see that shit like I ain't want them people around me. And then it's like I was in the hood. I was hustling from a young age. My uncles never let me do it. So I just looked at life different. It was like the more people around you, the worse shit could. I mean, shit could happen. Shit just happens. The more people you get around you. Those were examples. My uncle used to tell me if I send you somewhere, go by yourself because if you take somebody, then you took a witness. And I'm like, and he said if something happened, then you got to get rid of them. I'm like, oh shit. That's how he, that's how he came up. Like, if you doing some dirty shit and you take somebody with you, you brought your own witness to your crime. So if something happened, you got to get rid of them. I'm like, let me just not take nobody with me. Then I ain't trying to do all that. I'm just trying to make a couple dollars, bro. I ain't trying to do all that. When people call you their best friend, but you would never even consider them. Yes, man. I done had people like that, and I'm looking like, nah, bro, we cool, bro, but we ain't no best friends, bro. You don't even know my middle name. Get out of here, man. You don't be my best friend, nah, bro. Like that shit take time, bro. And we got to go through some. Look, bro, I don't really think I'm cool with people until we go through some shit, until we argue. Like you ever been cool with somebody and then you argue and it's like y'all was never fucking cool. Like, hold on, bro. I didn't know you felt like that. We just had a disagreement and you talking about, I'm a BA and all this. Like, hold on, bro. I didn't know you felt like that. So I like until you can argue with somebody and have that conversation and get over it. I done got in fist fights with people I was cool with, right? Like literally fist fights. Like, and then after that, like we cool. We never fought again. It's like, you know, we got over it. I don't know if I got my ass whooped if I would have got over it, but they did, so we cool, right? I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't know how that feels. 'Cause I know my one cousin, he used to beat me up all the time, and I still feel some type of way about that. Now he older, I'd be like, nah, choke your old ass out. I'm just playing. That was a bad joke. But I'm saying, like, I done got in a fist fight with people, and now we friends or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then I got into it with some people over some stupid shit, and it's like they showed you how they really felt. So I don't feel like I'm really cool with somebody until we argue, and it depends how we either get over it or how we separate from that argument. But if we can't, because I mean that's what family is, right? Like my family, man, like my brother, bro, man, me and him, we'd talk shit 1 minute, and then next minute we cool, like it never happened. And I think that's how it should be. Like, I mean, you have emotional triggers, or you might have a bad day or something, and you argue with somebody, and if y'all can't, if it don't, I don't know, bro. If it go to World War II off of disagreement, then we want nothing cool, bro. But I done been in situations like that. So until we can have a disagreement, I can't say if we cool or not. We got to see if we can overcome that. If we can't overcome adversity, I can't consider you like a friend, because that's what you go through shit. You go have difference of opinions in life. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have arguments. You gonna have fights. It's about what you do afterward. And usually it takes somebody to be humble, the other person to be respectful. So if y'all ain't got that between y'all, it ain't gonna work anyway. I couldn't see myself if I ever said I was cool with you and we had a disagreement or even an argument. I ain't going after your neck. There's people on here I don't really know them, right? But we cool. We had good conversation. We had good rapport, and for some reason we fall out. I ain't gonna never say nothing negative about. I ain't got nothing bad to say. If I say I like you, bro, I can't turn around and say you this and you that. That show when people do that, I be looking at them like that says more about you. Like you knew all this shit about this person, but you was okay with it long as y'all was cool. But now that y'all fell out, now this person is the worst person in the world. No, I think you fucked up. That's how I be looking at people, bro. Like, because if it's somebody, like, if a person's characters, once I see like a person is his character is fucked up, I ain't fucking with him. I'm not, because whatever the fucked up aspect of that character, eventually it's gonna be my turn. So I'm straight. Once I see like character flaws in people, I'm straight. I ain't gonna be disrespectful. I ain't gonna call them out. I ain't got to. I just won't fuck with them. I don't fuck with shit like that. I'm straight. That's it's probably for someone. It's just not for me. So, but I ain't got. Even then, I'm not beefed out with people and shit. I ain't beefing out with people. No, I mean, but that's my rule. Like until we, have a disagreement, I ain't even gonna say a fight or argument. It just gotta be a it be that. Like I was real cool with people on here, and this a disagreement, simple disagreement, and then it's like after that, I was the worst person on the planet, and I'm like, nah, bro, you felt like that the whole way. You fake as hell. Why would you even be around me if you looked at me like that? That's what I'm saying. People be weird as hell. If you felt like that, like I'm this fucked up person, why would you even be around me and say nice shit about me? That just shows how fake you are. That's all that should be showing. That's what that should be showing, man. It be showing how fake you are. Word is your middle name. Shit. You know what would be funny? You know what would be funny, Mo? Oh, that's Gary. You know what would be funny, G? I just see blue. I can't even see. I ain't got my glasses on. You know what'd be funny? It'd be funny as hell when people who know me come on here and call me word. I'd be like, bruh, nah, don't do that. That should be weird as hell. Like my mama was like, the word. I'm like, Mom, stop. Nah, stop. Don't do that. Call me by my name. You can call me by my name. I don't care if people know my name. I didn't put my name on here. I'm good. I ain't got no mud on my name. I ain't, what Nipsey say? I ain't got no mud on my name. I'm good. Ain't nobody gonna look me up and see no fucked up criminal record or nothing like that. Look, man, I'm getting a little petty right now because I'm up here by myself. Don't nobody want to hit the link, so I'm gonna have me some fun. But man, look, I've been on this YouTube. Hey, look, I've been on this YouTube thing for like 3 years, right? If you, but this being like I've been doing content for 3 years, but I've been on here for like 4 years. Yeah, like right when I lost my eyesight, that's when. So damn, I think I've been on here close to 5 years then. No, it was like a year after I lost my eyesight is when I started coming on here. But anyway, I've been on here for about 4 years, man. And I didn't even know this shit was real at first. Like it's real people. Like me and you talking, we real people, real ass people, right? I didn't know that. I thought all this was like a show or like people scripted things. Cause you'll be watching some shit, you'd be like, damn, bro. This person, like when people be getting exposed, there'd be people coming on here acting like they this, say that, and then they get doxxed, and you find out these motherfuckers crazy criminal record. Look, man, I don't knock nobody who went to jail or nothing like that. I ain't never did no time or nothing like that. But I don't knock people who do, especially when they change their life. It is what it is. People make mistakes, right? I don't judge a person on that. But the way they be going at other people, then you find out they got some foul shit on their record, like, oh, bruh, like you should have shut up. You should have been quiet. You should have talked about something else. Because your shit is more fucked up than the person you talking about. Man, I've seen that so many times, bro. Like these people come on here act like they this and that, and then they get exposed, or you find out like they some unscrupulous little devil or something like that. Like that should be wild, bro. Oh my god, I don't know. Let me go see what my daughter going through. She sound like she going through it. Let me yeah, she probably playing Mortal Kombat with my son. What is that? I can't even see this, bro. Let's play this. I ain't play this before. Man, I was on some shit when I made that. I be into like symbolism and shit and metaphors and metaphysics and but that right there, bro, it got so much symbolism and ain't no like devil worship. Like when I say that, people be like, "Oh, you worship?" I'd be like, "Bro, y'all too into that book, bro. Ain't no devil worship. Everybody use symbolism. What letters are symbols? Like, come on now. It's just a deeper, just a little deeper than what you used to. That's it. This ain't easy to break down. But yeah, if you get it, you get it, bro. It's telling you to free your mind, and the rest will follow. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I just be looking at the little traps and shit people be playing on here, bro. And I don't know, bro. I don't think people know how. Um, I don't want to use the term delusional, but and it's not really delusional. What how people are traumatized and how it affects their perspective, the way they look at life, because of the traumatic experience that they had. Like I was on TikTok earlier, and I wanted to hit this panel, but it wouldn't let me up. But it was a prompt up there saying, uh, "Do men just like uh, why do men want to hang around? Uh, why are men more likely, or why are men um, more willing to impress their boys than to love women? And do men really love women, or do they just love what women give them?" And I'm like, that's kind of detailed. I'm thinking like, damn, that's kind of detailed. So I wanted to ask the person who created like, what inspired that? Because that's detailed. That sounds like you've been through some shit, you know. And I'm pretty sure a lot of women experience the same thing because the prompt looked like it was questioning men, but it was a panel full of women answering the question. And I'm like, and I was listening to one of the women, and they were saying it was talking about how men are selfish, and I'm like, y'all don't really understand how traumatized y'all are from being in relationships with um bad men, you know. And same thing with men, like that whole red pill thing. I be listening to them like, damn, like y'all sound like y'all been through some shit, bro. And I've been through some shit now. Trust me, I've been through some shit. I've been married. You know what I'm saying? This is my second marriage that I'm on now. So my first marriage didn't go right. You never hear me dogging her or blaming her, even though I could. Like some of the stuff she did, like I could, but at the same time, man, I got to take accountability. Bro, the only reason she did that shit because I was available for her to do it. You know, I accepted a lot of shit at the beginning. I like this. I'm just being real. You know how like you accept some shit at the beginning, then later on you be like, no, this ain't acceptable. Well, it's too fucking late, and I had to eat that. Look, I allowed this shit to occur at the beginning, and now I'm complaining about it. That's me, not her. Shit, that's just learned behavior. If I allowed something at the beginning, then if anything, I'm switching up, right? Just being honest. Then I'm switching some shit up. So I had to eat that. You know, I had to learn from that. So I learned after that first marriage, I learned how to set firm boundaries. This is what I learned how to communicate more effectively. Um, like with my wife, I told her what I expect out of her. And when she can't meet those expectations, please let me know. Flat and simple. Let me know. If you can't meet those, and I understand, you know, it's nice knowing you, you know, like, because this is what I need. This is what I expect. This is what I want. And I'm willing to do the same for other people. You know, I'm willing. If I look, I'm not gonna put nothing out there. You know, just let me know because you might be asking for something I'm not capable of doing. And if I'm not capable, then I'm gonna let you know. I might be asking you for something that you're not capable of doing. And if I am, just let me know. Right? That's how you effectively communicate. You know, so um when I was listening to them women, I'm like, y'all been through some shit, bro. You know, but I mean, you can't be mad at all men. You gotta be mad at yourself. You know, that shit was kind of specific. Like, the man, there, I'm pretty sure there's a group of men out there to do it. But I wanted to ask questions, like, because I'm listening to you, and I think this is what people don't take into consideration, right? So, like, because when the selfish aspect, right? Like, you know, men and women are different. You'll never hear me. I think it's asinine when men create these arguments like, well, men are more. How do they put it? I just heard somebody that no fugazi guy. He's so I wanna have a conversation with him so bad, but he's so weird to me because it's like he always trying to like he kind of show women like men are more valuable to society than women are. And then he used all these examples about the infrastructure. I'd be like, bro, why is you taking credit for what other men do? What the fuck do you do compared to what she do for society? Talk about that, you know, because there are some women who more valuable to society than men. That's a fact. We can observe that. It's women who produce and offer more to society than some men. I ain't gonna say all men, but that is a fact. So I mean, I understand. I can't even compare myself to a woman. That's like this, right? An apple and a tomato. They both fruits, but they each have their own value. So I'm not gonna say the apple is better than a tomato because in instances you'll probably prefer tomato over an apple. In other instances, you'll probably prefer apple over tomato. So they both hold a value. They both are fruit. Which one is more valuable? Who fucking cares? Like why, as a man, I'm not gonna be trying to. Oh, I'm more valuable than a woman. That means I have to compare myself to a woman. Men and women, yeah, we are humans, but we're different. And for me to compare myself to a woman, that's asinine. I'm not comparing myself to a woman. We built different. Like even the way we express emotion are different, right? When most women don't understand men's love because we express it differently from them. Women express love from an affectionate, nurturing spot. It's like touch, feel, you know, things to stimulate. Man, our way we express love is through protecting and providing. So yeah, the man might not be all emotional, might not, be all that, but if he protecting and providing, that's his way of expressing love. It can be misinterpreted. If a female ain't aware of that, she ain't gonna notice it. That's not gonna look like love to her because that's not how she expresses it. You know. So I think that be getting, missed in the conversation. I just wanted to go up there and add that, but no, they ain't even let my black ass up there. The realest one is in the building. What it do with the business is, man. Hey, y'all go make sure y'all show my boy some love, man. Go show the realest one some love. Go over there, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn that notification bell on, bro. We be having a real conversation, man. That's the realest one on the tube, bro. What's up, bro? Some love. Rather in the house with her. Right. Hey Mo, check this out. I wonder if they stationed in Atlanta. I'm just playing. I'm talking shit. Don't mind me. Bad joke. Bad joke. But yeah, man, I was never one of them dudes, bro. I can't sit around a bunch of guys, man. I can't do it. I rather like my when I got three best friends. One of them is a male, the other two females. But I can't be around dudes like I can't be around dudes like that. Mm-mm. I was just never. I'm hanging around dudes just because we about to go, deal with some women. That's how I was. Just to be around dudes all the time. Girls over hope. Hell, I'm straight. That never sounded right to me, bro. Mm-mm. Yeah, bros over. That never sounded. That never made sense to me. That was never logical to me. No. Mm-mm. Nope. 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 That was never logical. Only time I like being around dudes if we doing sports, if we building, if we fighting. Like I'm in the martial arts, so we can be smart. Like my one boy, he got a big ass house, but he got a UFC cage in his garage. So we used to just go over there, drink, and then just go get in the cage and kick each other ass. That was fun. I get around some dudes who do shit like that, but just to hang around and drink, nah, bro. I ain't doing get high and all that. Nah, I'm straight. Mm-mm. No, no, no. That's why you got all these undercover motherfuckers. I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I never understood that. But I was interested. I wanted to get on there, but because I'm looking at the prompt and I'm looking like it looked like a question for guys, right? So I wanted to get up there and spit my. They wouldn't even let me up, bro. They wouldn't even let me up. And I ain't the word on Instagram. I'm Coach D on Instagram. I do my. I put like coaching content. Well, I'm gonna start putting more coaching content on there. But boy, mm-mm. Well, my reflex is like a motherfucker. I ain't even see the person riding down the street on the bike. I heard it. I ain't seen it. As soon as I heard it, I got to reach it. Oh, this is wild. Motherfucker door dashing on the bike. Mm, that's new. Never seen that. Mm-mm. My bad. I forgot what I was saying. That was just some weird shit. I don't know, bro. I ain't know you can door dash on a bike. I just seen it happen though. Anything is possible, bro. Anything is possible. Cold as hell. You're out here door dashing on a bike, bro. They ain't even one of them electrical bikes, bro. That's a pedal. That's a manual bike. Pedal ain't. Hey, that's the resiliency I was talking about. People get it done by any means necessary. Bike, walking, shit. They getting paid. It's door dashing on the bike. That's such a wild shit, bro. Oh man, my phone. Bro, man, only in the city. Bro. Only, well, I ain't in the booth. I'm in the first. You see, wow, shit, wrapped up and everything. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I still got that in me, bro. I still go on my porch with my never leave home without it. Never leave home without that still. Oh, what's that 50 Cent song? My buddy. Wherever I go, he goes, my buddy. Bro, yeah, man. I still get that in me, man. I can't be caught slipping, man. Preparation, though. You know, you never know what happens, no matter where you at. Crime can happen anywhere, people. And if you ain't prepared for it, then your ass gonna be a victim. Okay, so that's my advice to you. If you stay prepared, you ain't gotta get prepared. Man, mm-mm-mm. But yeah, I ain't really had nothing to tell you. Like, I ain't really had nothing to talk about. I just came on here to kick it off for a minute, bro. Trying to be consistent. I'm about to start making focused content. You know, um, I'm working on it. I just got to get this editing stuff together. I've been script. I got like 3 shows scripted. I gotta get the editing together, right? And I can't do it. I can do it on my computer, but I have to use this time that I, come on here and talk to y'all. Which I'm gonna start doing next month. Gary even talked me into it. So I'm gonna try to drop one video a month, 9 minutes of knowledge in 9 minutes. How to get y'all the potatoes along with the meat in 9 minutes. Let's and get out of there, bro. Yeah, I still go. Shit, I still go live. I still go live. But oh well, shit, I don't think you. I wanted to ask people what's your. Nah, I ain't even gonna ask that. I'm gonna just do a show on. I just do a show on and ask like that. But yeah, I don't really talk about like people too much. I don't really talk about people too much. But when I do, it's more from like a psychological aspect. Like I said, I don't care what people do. I'm more interested in why people do things. And so it's like talking to my uncle, right? He been through like he been through some shit, right? He a lawyer. Uh so he fucked with a lot with like civil rights. Like he did a lot of not in the civil rights era, but like in modern time, like the 80s and 90s, he was dealing a lot with like civil rights and courts and stuff like that. He was a JAG officer in the military. So he got like a lot of worldly experience. And talking to him, I asked him a question. And he just laughed at me. And he was like, that's how we program. But I asked him, I said, why do it seem like when black people talk about black people, we always defer to like, I don't want to say the bottom of the barrel because that's kind of disrespectful, but we don't talk about the black people who are doing good shit. Like we focus on the ones who ain't, got it yet. But when you look at all other groups of people, when they talk about their people, they talk about the more presentable people in their culture. And I'm like, why can't we do that? Why can't we? He said, well, we do. First he laughed and he said, well, we do. It just seemed like you might not be looking at those people who talking. And I'm like, shit, you're right. You're right. So the more I did that, I kind of got away. This is before the internet. I mean, I ain't gonna say before the internet, before I started making content. So that's when I started learning about these like all black communities, like in Virginia. Um, they got one in where is it, Minnesota. I don't know if it's I know it's one in Virginia, but it's like all rich black people and shit. Doing good. They got their own communities, like stores and they own fucking communities. It's like you got little Chinatown and shit like that. It's black communities like that. There's a couple of them in the United States, and you don't hear about shit like that, right? Last time we heard about a black community, we talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma. We talk about Roseville, but we have functional black communities now. But most people don't know about them because it's not talked about. The positive aspect or the positive things that a lot of black people do, we don't know about it because we only hear the negative shit, right? And it's like hearing like some of these content creators. Now I'm starting to understand, like, and I think it's detrimental that people do that, especially in the black community. Like, I can criticize something black people do, but I can criticize it in a way. It's three forms of criticism, right? I can give instructive, destructive, or instructive criticism. I rather give constructive criticism when I criticize or instruct. I rather give those two. That way, if I'm telling you what you're doing wrong, I'm offering a better way of doing it. If I'm willing to tell you what you're doing wrong, I also have to have something uh or a barometer, something that you can gauge or judge to show you why you're doing it wrong. I think that's how you effectively criticize people, right? Is by showing them, and you have to offer something better than what they're actually doing. Um, that's more solution based, right? I ain't just gonna tell you you're doing something wrong without showing you what's right, right? I think that's asinine to do. Um, so I don't mind when people do that. I think that's something positive, something good, but that's not what they're doing. And then you wonder why. Like, and then you see like, man, the clicks and views, bro. That shit ain't even. That's like modern day fucking minstrel shows. That's what it remind me of. Modern day minstrel show. And you ain't got to do that, bro. You ain't got to do that. That's like the easy way out. The easy way to make money on this fucking internet now. I don't care what nobody say. Easiest way to make money on this internet is come on here and talk about black women. That's the easiest way. For some reason, degrading black women is entertainment. If you can, that's entertainment. I would say women in general, but specifically black women. Huh? It's because the whole narrative or the stigma or the stereotype that was built, you know, um, you know. But I mean, that's how people get paid on it. Is degrading black women, bro. That shit's sad to me because like my wife's not even black. You'll never hear me degrading a black woman because my mama is, my sister is, my daughter is. My wife might not be, but that don't mean I got the right to degrade. And I hate that shit too. That shit is sucker shit to me. Cause I'd be like, how you look at your mama, bro? I don't even see how dudes come on here and talk. Like if it look, I'm not gonna sit up here and hold you on. It is some unscrupulous ass females on here, right? I just don't deal with them. The many type of people I deal with, bro. I'm straight, so you ain't gonna hear me talking about 'em. If I ain't dealing with them, there's no need to talk about 'em, right? That say more about the person than the person they're talking about to me. But I mean, that's the easy way, And I understand, like, if you covering something, like I said, it's different ways to criticize people or whatever. Everybody got that thing, but that's like when that's your sole thing. Like a lot of these red pill dudes, bro. Like it was this dude talking about single mothers, right? And he married, and he's talking about single mothers. What do you call it? Recreational use only, right? But you with a white single mother and you had kids by her, like that. Make that make sense, bro? These other women out here who probably fucked around with people like you and got knocked up and left. You talking about them? You created because you got kids. You created a single mother. You created two. You had a kid before her, and you had two kids with her. So technically, you created two single mothers. But you're talking about 'em. Make that make sense, bro. I can make it make sense. He getting paid. He getting paid. That's how it makes sense. He getting paid off the shit, bro. Oh, for sure. I mean, for sure. Like, I mean, that I did when I first got on here, man. I was advocating, and I advocate for women, bro. I advocate for women because I mean I know men are unscrupulous. You know, majority of the men are undeveloped. I know they're unscrupulous, but I just think women get a bad rap. Just like I said to black people, you can focus on the negative aspect, but what about the ones who ain't doing that shit? What about the ones that's really holding it down? They don't get no love. Now you just go. I mean, I think that's why I be like generalizing, and I see why people take offense when people generalize things. Because when you generalize things, you're incorporating other people, and other people really put that work in. Like people, like I don't like when it comes to single mothers, man. Understand this: people make mistakes, right? You learn how to do the right thing by doing the wrong thing at times. That's just how it works, right? So it's not about what they did in the past; it's what they're doing in the present. Now, if they still doing the things that they did in the past, then it's their present. It's no change. But if people learn and grow from their mistakes, that's what life is about, bro. Some people make big mistakes. Some people make little mistakes, man. So like to try to dog a single mother, bro, you don't know what she been through. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, and it just generalize it. Like it just they even generalize women. Like I said, it's women who offer more to society than men do. Just be real. All men ain't built the same. Just like all women ain't built the same, bro. I mean, to do better, to get better out of life, bro, you just gotta do. And as far as communication, most people suck. They can't even articulate their thoughts in a way where it ain't disrespectful to other people. Right? They do. And some people opinions just don't need to be shared. Like all these there's some big YouTubers, bro. I'd be like, God damn, bro, y'all paying to listen to this shit? Like that shit don't I don't it's just pure ignorance, man. Like dudes comparing themselves to females, that shit weak to me. Like we just two different species, bro. We different, and we both offer different things to the like females are gonna be more valuable to me than a man. That's just how it is. I can't have kids and create legacy. I ain't about to protect and provide for no man. I need a female for that. So a female will be more valuable to me than a man. Just like a man will be more valuable to a man would be more valuable to a female than another female. That's just how it is. So to compare myself to a female, I'm not about to do all that. Them dudes being their femininity. They need to feel better or more superior than a female. Like that shit weird, bro. Like, what do females offer to society? Man, bro. Why we even ask? What do you offer to society? That's what I'd be wondering. Because these motherfuckers be taking credit for other people's shit. Like, what have you did for society? You talk about females and Well, we just talking about generally. Nah, generally, you taking credit for some shit you ain't do. You ain't built this nation. You don't know how to build a house. Half you motherfuckers can't even change a tire. What the fuck do you offer? I can protect the female. Y'all motherfuckers can't fight, bro. I heard like we was talking about force. Like I will throw you. I can physically throw a lot of motherfuckers. Like let's talk about that. They be these Napoleon complex ass motherfuckers talking about females. Like you done, bro. That's why you comparing yourself. That's why they be comparing themselves to females and shit, because they built like one, bro. I ain't about to compare. I'm straight. Mm-mm. But man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow. I'm gonna chill, bro. I'm gonna sit back and kick it. Gotta take my son to school in the morning. Gotta do that daddy thing, right? That daddy thing. But man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nation. And if I say anything to register, which resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that share button. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, man, we out.
And do it for the nine.
What up, 9?
Acknowledge me!